Hello everyone, in this video we are going to see the concept of file system in Unix. So, Unix is an operating system and we all know that an operating system consists of three major components: the file management, the process management and the IO management. Okay. So, here we will see about the file, how the file management is done in Unix, and we should know basically there are three types of files in Unix. They are ordinary files, directory files and special files. Ordinary files, as we know, it is a file collection of information. It is a file consisting of data, text or any program instructions, and directories is a collection of files. And when you are using the Windows OS, we are saying it is a folder. So, folder is equal to the directories. And what is the special file? Special file consists of the files which can access the hardware, so that we can activate like device drivers and other drivers, and many things are there to touch the hardware of the system. For those also we have some files, special files in the Unix system. Okay. So, now this that we can also give an alias name, that is an additional or a different name for a file using this special file system. Okay. So, now let us go how to see how the files can be edited in Unix. We have an editor called VI. So, VI is the editor that is used in the Unix operating system. This is one of the text editor, which is then screen oriented text editor. We can, it is as the name implies, the text editor. We can write our shell program, all the programs in Unix. So, all the Unix commands can be given as a single program in the editor. We can also use the improved version of VI, which is then VIM, stands for VI improved. So, this is also the improved version of the VI editor. We can use this to edit our programs, to write the shell programs. Now, let us see also the Unix, whatever the programs we want to run in the Unix environment, also we can use the VI editor. Now, let us see how the file system structure look like. The file system structure looks like an hierarchical structure which has a root, is an upside down tree, which has a root at the base of the file system and all other directories spreading from there. Let us see the picture of this hierarchical file system. So, this is the root and there are many sub directories are here, and under that many directories are here, and here we have all the special files, normal files as well as the device files. That is the special files. Okay. So, files, directories and special files all constituted of this hierarchical file system in Unix. Now, when you list the file, we will get this type of information in the file listing. So, here it consists of 7 columns. Column 1 is the type and the permission of the file, and column 2 is the number of memory blocks, and column 3 is the owner of the file, and column 4 represents the group of the owner, and then column 5 represents the file size in bytes, and column 6 represents the time the file was created or modified, and finally, the column 6 represents the file name or the directory name. Okay. And now, here we can see that this column 1 has some special meaning to the Unix file. They are giving the type and the permission. So, type is denoted by the first letter, which is D, means a directory, and empty dash it means as a file, normal file. Okay. So, here there are also many other types which can mention the types of the file over here. And now, what about this R, W and X? They are all the permission. What is the permission? Is a file can be normally read, written or execute. That is read, write and execute, denoted by R, W and X, and we have 9 bits of this permission bits here, and the 10th bit is the size, the file type bit. These 9 are the permission bits, and among this 9 they are divided into groups of 3. So, first 3 bits, which is RWX, read, write, X, that is for the owner, and then the second 3 bits RWX mention the rights of the group, and the third bits RWX mention the rights of the other users. So, now here the presence of this bit 1 is an enabled and 0 is an disabled one. Let us see with an example how the rights are given over here. Suppose if the file is given the right as 754, what does it mean is we can use the command called chmod and then this number, and this number represents the individually, each number represents the permission of the group. permission of the user and permission of the owner. So, here when I say the number is 754, in 7 the binary value is 111, for 5 the binary value is 101, and for 4 the binary value is 100. So, this type of permission given as 754, what does it mean is the user is given the permission 7, that means 111, that means he can read, write and execute. R is 1, W is 1 and X is 1. When 1 is present means that is enabled, that right is enabled, that is the 1. And when you come to this group G, which is R, W, X, R is 1, W is 0 and X is 1. That means R is enabled, W is disabled and X is enabled. That means the group can read the file, execute the file, but they cannot write the file. That means they cannot update the file. And the third shows the owner. This owner of this file can read, cannot write and cannot execute. That means this 100 means 1 is enabled, which is R, they can read, and W is disabled, they cannot write or update the file, and X is also disabled, that means they cannot execute the file. So, this is how the rights are given by the 9 bits of values. The present say it is enabled, the absent say that it is disabled. So, this is the actually the binary values, normally 2 power 0, 2 power 1 and 2 power 2. So, the values are 1, 2 and 4. So, when you say this is the binary value of 4 and that value has comes from the binary position here. So, this 754 is here actually 4 plus 2 plus 1. 4 plus 2 is 6, 6 plus 1 is 7. So, all the bits are enabled. Here 4 plus 1 is 5 and 2 is disabled, that means W is disabled. So, 4 plus 1 is 5, and same way here this is actually the rights of the owner, that is which is 4 and right is disabled and X is disabled, the value is 4. So, the value is 754. So, if it is given as 754 means what does it mean to the system is the user can read, write and execute, the group can read and execute but not write, and the owner can execute and they cannot write or execute. So, this is how the file system is managed in the Unix operating system. Hope you understood the basic concepts of file management system in Unix, and thanks for watching.